Title: She admitted to cheating and smirked, saying she needed a real man. When my friends sided with her, I didn't lose my cool. I walked away, left them all behind, and watched their lives unravel. I woke up this morning to a barrage of notifications, 32 missed calls, 45 unread text messages, and a flood of social media updates that made my stomach churn. But it wasn't the missed calls from my friends or family that bothered me. It was the texts from her. Sarah, 3 years together, and in one night, it felt like everything we'd built came crashing down. It started slow, subtle changes that seemed harmless at first. Sarah's late nights at work became more frequent, but she'd always been dedicated to her career, so I didn't think much of it. Then, she started wearing a new perfume, one that didn't smell like anything I recognized. Clothes appeared in our closet that I'd never seen before. And the most glaring change? Her phone. It was like a fortress. Always on her, always with her, always just out of reach when I asked to see it. I'd never been the type to question her. I wasn't possessive or controlling, but something felt off. The way she'd stiffen when I tried to kiss her, the way her texts would take her into another world when we were in the middle of a conversation, the way she'd always claim to be on the phone with work when I asked who she was talking to. But what really set it off was the message I caught by accident. Last Thursday, I was sitting on the couch, half watching TV, when I saw her phone light up on the coffee table. I didn't mean to look, but I caught a glimpse of the message preview. I miss you already. Last night was... The message ended there, but my heart sank. That was the moment. The truth was right in front of me. When Sarah came home that night, I didn't play the fool any longer. She was in the kitchen, preparing dinner as if nothing was wrong, but I wasn't the same anymore. I walked in, leaned against the doorframe, and asked the one question I already knew the answer to. "Who's Tyler?" She froze. Her hands shook for just a second before she put down the knife she was holding. Then she did something I wasn't prepared for. She smiled, but it wasn't her usual warm, comforting smile. It was cold, almost smug. "You caught me," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "Tyler's the guy I've been seeing for the last 2 months." The words landed like a blow. The casualness of it was what stung the most. No remorse, no hesitation, just pride. "I needed more than you could give me, Jacob," she continued, looking at me with cold eyes. "Tyler has ambition, a future. You've been stuck in the same routine for years." I didn't say anything at first. I stood there, absorbing the words, letting them wash over me. 3 years together, and this is how she saw me? This is what I was to her? "Does Emma know?" I asked, thinking of the mutual friend who had introduced us. "Oh, she knows," Sarah laughed bitterly. "Everyone knows, Jacob. They understand. Tyler actually knows what he wants out of life. You're just, comfortable." I didn't even feel anger, just a strange sense of clarity. For the first time, I saw things for what they really were. Our friends, our life, our love. It had all been a facade, something Sarah had grown tired of. I pulled out my phone and opened the group chat with Emma and Ryan, 2 of my closest friends. I had to ask, "Is this true? You all knew about Tyler?" The responses were swift, too swift. Emma: "Look, you're a great guy, but Sarah needs someone who can match her energy. Don't take it personally." Ryan: "We didn't want to hurt you, but maybe this will be good for you in the long run. You'll find someone who gets you." I looked up from my phone, my chest heavy with disappointment. Sarah was watching me, that same smile still playing at the edges of her lips. She was waiting for me to lash out, to yell, to make a scene. But I didn't. I just smiled. It wasn't forced. It wasn't fake. It was genuine. I walked to our bedroom, grabbed a duffel bag, always kept one packed for emergencies, and stuffed it with what I could. Laptop, keys, a couple of clothes. I wasn't going to let her see me break. "Where are you going?" she called after me as I passed through the kitchen. "Out," I said, my voice steady. Keep the apartment. I'm sure Tyler can help with the rent. I didn't wait for her response. I could hear her yelling, but I wasn't listening. As I stepped out the door, I turned off my phone. It buzzed with messages, probably from her or Emma and Ryan, but I didn't need to read them. The quiet was all I needed. Update a week later. It's been a week since I left. I'm staying at a small motel outside of town. The place isn't glamorous, but it's clean. The owner, an older man named Pete, gave me a discount after I told him what happened. He said he was sorry for me, but that I seemed like the kind of guy who would bounce back. I turned my phone back on after 2 days of silence, 32 missed calls, 45 text messages, the majority from Sarah. But what caught my attention was the flood of notifications on social media. Sarah had been busy. Her Instagram, a work of fiction. According to her posts, I was a controlling, jealous boyfriend who never let her live her life. She claimed I emotionally manipulated her, shut her out from friends, and threw tantrums when things didn't go my way. The comments were a chorus of sympathy from people I thought I could trust. But the video she posted? That was the worst. She was tearfully explaining how I financially abused her by making her split the bills evenly, claiming I hoarded my money. She forgot to mention that it was her idea in the first place. Then came a message from Alex, a colleague I'd worked with for years. "You might want to check your email," he said. "Something's going around the office about you." Sure enough, there was an email from HR addressing concerns about employee behavior, with a subtle reference to recent events. No names mentioned, but the timing wasn't coincidental. Final update, the fall. Here's the conclusion to all of this. Within 48 hours of Sarah's post, both Tyler and Sarah were asked to resign from their jobs. It didn't end there, though. Sarah had been gathering dirt on her co-workers, and when she went down, she took Tyler with her. The company's legal team launched an investigation into fraudulent expense reports, workplace misconduct, and harassment. They didn't care about the affair. They cared about the damage they had done to the company. The fallout was fast. Tyler lost everything, his job, his reputation, even his family. Sarah, too, was left with nothing. Her smear campaign against me came back to bite her. I had already forwarded her private messages to the higher-ups. She had underestimated me, thinking I'd just disappear. I knew I wouldn't get an apology, but it didn't matter. I moved on, found a new place to live, and even got a promotion at work. Funny how cutting out toxic people can improve everything. I'm seeing someone new now, someone who values me, and we're taking it slow. As for Sarah, she's gone off the grid. Her social media accounts are locked down. Her friends who sided with her are left to deal with the consequences of their choices. Karma works its magic without you lifting a finger. Sometimes, all you need is a little space, time, and the right mindset. If this story touched you, if it made you feel something deep inside, then please take a moment to support the effort behind it. Every video you see takes time, dedication, and heart to create, and it's made just for you. Here's the thing. 89% of viewers don't subscribe, don't like, and don't comment. But if you're in that 11% who truly appreciate these stories, please show it. Subscribe to Lauren's story, like the video, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it.